it over here, which says let A be a matrix. Let A is clearly a symmetric matrix over here with entries A, B, C, B, C, A and C, A, B, where A, B and C are more than 0 and A, B, C is equal to 1. The given condition is that A transpose into A is equal to identity matrix. Then find the value of A cube plus B cube plus C cube. Okay, we can see that this is a previous IIT JEE question asked in 2003. So let's see how to solve this question.
Well, in this question you can clearly see that he is asking us A cube plus B cube plus C cube.
Right.
So we are going to use a lot of equalities and inequalities in this.
Okay.
Now A transpose into A equal to I, but A is a symmetric matrix. That means A transpose equal to A, right? So A transpose into A will be A square, and that is going to be A B C into B C A C A B into the same matrix again. So A B C B C A.
So you're suggesting that we should calculate the value of A square.
And that becomes that's a huge matrix.
Okay, let's see what that matrix is. Alright, so what we're seeing is that already it was given to us that A transpose into A is equal to identity matrix, and we multiplied since A is already a symmetric matrix, so A transpose into A is nothing but A square. Okay, so that is the value of A square.
Yeah, this is the value of A square. Now this is equal to the identity matrix I. So this matrix is going to be equal to 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. So from this we can infer that.
Okay, before we proceed, could you highlight the importance of calculating the matrix A square? I mean, are you suggesting that since it was given to us that A transpose into A is equal to identity matrix, that is the only thing that is given to us, that it is equal to identity, so we
just multiply the matrices and it's a pretty easy matrix.
Right.
See, it's a huge matrix, but then you can see a pattern.
Right.
Only when you're multiplying the same position like elements, only then you get A square plus B square plus C square.
Right.
And the all the other times it is the same element, AB plus BC plus AC.
Okay.
So
fine. So that is the reason that we multiplied, so that we can equate it to the identity matrix.
Yes.
Okay.
So from that we get A square plus B square plus C square equal to 1.
Right.
And AB plus BC plus AC equal to 0.
Okay. Right. And that is the same equation that you will get from all line elements.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Now we need A cube plus B cube plus C cube.
Okay.
We all have learned this equation, right, in our 10th class.
Okay.
What? A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus AC into A plus B plus C equal to A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3ABC.
Okay, so this is something which we all know since we've previously learnt it, and I would suggest you to again revise certain formulas such as these. Okay, so we are going to use this identity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we have we need to find this. We have this element A square plus B square plus C square. We know that AB plus BC plus CA equal to 0. All we don't know is ABC, A plus B plus C.
Right.
We know ABC is also equal to 1. It's given in the question.
Okay.
We have to know A plus B plus C.
Okay.
We also know that A plus B plus C whole square will give us A square plus B square plus C square plus 2 into AB plus BC plus C.
Okay.
Right.
So this is pretty simple expansion of A plus B plus C whole square. Okay.
And we have A square plus B square plus C square,
Which is 1.
yeah, plus 2 into this
Is
whole
0.
thing is a 0,
Okay.
which gives us A plus B plus C whole square
Is
equal to
1.
1. That gives us A plus B plus C could be a 1 or a minus 1.
Right. We need
But-
to take both possibilities.
Yeah, but in the question they have given us that A, B, C are greater than 0.
Okay.
So obviously A plus B plus C has to be greater than 0.
Right. Since it was given in the question that A, B, C are all three more than 0. So we will eliminate the case where a plus b plus c is equal to -1 and only take the case where a plus b plus c is equal to 1.
1.
Okay.
So this gives us that a plus b plus c is a 1, and now we substitute all these equations in this. So we get a plus b plus c, a square plus b square plus c square is also already a 1.
Right.
So 1 minus a 0 into a plus b plus c is a 1.
Which we calculated right now.
Yeah, and a cube plus b cube plus c cube, we have to find that. Minus 3 into abc was a 1.
Right.
So this gives us 1 plus 3 equal to a cube plus b cube plus c cube.
Okay.
So
that's
that
our final
gives us
answer.
a cube plus b cube plus c cube equal to 4. And that was what was asked.
Alright, so the important thing to note in this question is that the given equation A transpose into A is equal to identity, that is pretty easy if you expand it and write down a square is equal to I and write down the individual terms, equate the individual terms. But the important thing to note down here is that we had to calculate the value of a cube plus b cube plus c cube. Now we have learned certain identities in our 9th class, and we know the values of certain terms like a square plus b square plus c square and abc and ab plus bc plus ca. So using those values and using the identities, we could directly calculate the value of a cube plus b cube plus c cube. So the important thing to remember in this question is that whenever such questions are asked, it's pretty direct to multiply, and after you multiply you can use these identities and find the value of the given expression. Alright, so that was question number 8. Alright, so we have question 9 over here, which says if P is a 2 cross 2 matrix with values given as root 3 by 2, 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 and root 3 by 2, and A is a matrix such that the entries are 1, 1, 0, 1, and Q is equal to P into A into P transpose, and X is equal to P transpose into Q to the power 2005 into P, then what is the value of X? भाई इसमें तो कितना कुछ दिया हुआ है. अच्छा, इसको कैसे सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे, कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे इसको?
Okay. Well, you can see that we are dealing with a lot of inverses and transposes.
Right.
So the thing is Q equal to P into A into P inverse.
Right.
We all know of a rule that goes like this. See, suppose if there is a C which is equal to B into A into B inverse.
Okay.
Then C power n, that means C power some any random number, would be B into A power n into B inverse.
Okay.
And do you know why this came? See, B into A into B inverse.
Right.
If I need a C square, for example.
Right.
So C square will be B into A into B inverse, again into B
into
A into B inverse.
Right.
And this and this, they are going to cancel to a in. So this becomes a B into A square to B inverse.
Right. So we have seen that 1B and 1B inverse result in an identity matrix which gets cancelled.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now Cn becomes B into A power n into B inverse.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So
this is something which the students should remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see that this deals with inverses and not transposes. But here we have transposes. P into A into P inverse.
So how is this useful here?
Okay, now let's see. We need P inverse here, right?
Right.
Let's just check that P into P transpose. If it is an I,
Okay.
then
so
what
our
does
life
this
will
do?
be simplified because
Yeah.
things will get cancelled.
yeah, P transpose equal to P inverse. That becomes P transpose equal to P inverse,
Right.
right? So what I do is I check P into P transpose.
Right.
What is P? Root 3 by 2, 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, and root 3 by 2.
Right.
And what is P inverse? I mean P transpose. Root 3 by 2, this goes the same. This is minus 1 by 2, and here is a 1 by 2, and this again is a root 3 by 2.
Right. Pretty easy to take the
Yeah.
transpose.
And this gives us this row into this column, root 3 by 2 into root 3 by 2, that's a 3 by 4.
Right.
3 by plus 4 plus 1 by 4.
Which is 1.
Yeah. And here it gives us root 3 by 2 into minus 1 by 2 is a minus root 3 by 4.
Right.
Plus again a root 3 by 4.
Okay. Which gives us a 0.
Yeah. And here we get the same again. Minus 1 by 2 into root 3 by 2 is a minus 3 root 3 by 4 plus root 3 by 4.
Right. 0
and this
again.
into this becomes 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4.
Okay.
So we get the matrix 1 0 0 1,
Which is
right?
nothing but identity
matrix. That
so
means
basically what we've got here is that your P transpose is nothing but
P inverse. So
Okay.
this makes our lives very better.
So
like,
we can use this
yeah.
identity that you suggested earlier.
So
Okay.
now Q equal to P into A into P transpose.
Right.
Right. So we can write this as P into A into P inverse also.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Now we need Q power 2005 here.
Right.
So Q power 2005 would be, according to our identity here, it becomes P into A power 2005 into P inverse.
Okay.
Right? Now we are going to substitute this into the next equation.
Okay.
Because we are going to need X.
Okay.
Yeah. And X is equal to P transpose into Q into P. We'll just write it as P inverse into Q into P.
Right.
Okay. Wait, Q power 2005. I'm sorry. And Q power 2005 is this. So we're going to substitute that P inverse into P into A power 2005 into P inverse into a P. Now P into P inverse is an IN identity matrix into A power 2005 into
Again,
an
P inverse into P is
identity matrix, and we get A power 2005 here.
Okay.
So basically we need to know what is A power 2005.
Right. So till now we've seen that the equation was given in terms of P transpose, not in terms of P inverse.
Yeah.
And we know the identity in terms of P inverse as
Yeah.
in C inverse.
Yeah.
So we could see that in this question P inverse is nothing but P transpose.
Yeah.
And that's why we can use that identity and
Yeah.
finally हमारा x simplify होके ये आ जाता है a to the power 2005. अब हम ये देखते हैं कि हम इस a to the power 2005 को कैसे
calculate करते हैं. Just see that A equal to 1101, right?
Okay.
So we have A is equal to 1101. And what do we need? We need A power 2005, which will be our final answer. Let's first calculate A square.
Okay.
A square would be 1101 into 1101.
Right.
And what would this give us? This into this is a 1.
Right.
And this into this is a 1 plus 1 is a 2.
Right.
This again is a 0 because
Right.
0 into 0 1 and 1 0 is a 0.
Right.
This is a 1. Now A cube will be
So are we going to go calculate this value till a to the power
No,
2005? I mean,
no.
it does not make any sense.
No. We'll just check if there's a pattern.
Okay.
Because if there's a pattern, we can just figure it out and finally give an answer, simplified
Okay.
answer.
So you're saying that since obviously the questioner would not ask
Yeah,
me to
would not
calculate
ask-
the value of
yeah.
a to the power 2005 manually, so
We are
there
not-
has to be a pattern. I just have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
See here, A square it's a 2, A cube it's a 3. If you want to check it further, you can find out A4, which would be 1301 into a 1101 because A power 4 equal to A cube into A.
Right.
So then that gives us 1401.
Okay. So basically, this pattern is being
yeah.
followed. We
So
can see.
A power n equal to 1 n 0 1.
Okay.
So what is A power 2005?
So your n is 2005 here.
Yeah.
You can substitute.
There you go.
Okay. So that is the value of x that we've got, which we had to calculate in the question.
Yeah.
ओके तो इस क्वेश्चन में दो चीज़ें इम्पॉर्टेंट हमने देखी कि एक तो हमारी एक आइडेंटिटी होती है इन टर्म्स ऑफ इनवर्स कि अगर C इज इक्वल टू B इंटू A इंटू B इनवर्स देन C पावर n कम्स B इंटू A पावर n इंटू B इनवर्स. अब आपको क्वेश्चन में आपको दिखना चाहिए कि फॉर्म एग्जैक्टली तो ऐसा नहीं है बट काफ़ी हद तक सिमिलर है. बस इसमें एक छोटा सा चेंज है कि आपको इनवर्स की वजह ट्रांसपोज दिया हुआ है. तो नेचुरली हम ऐसा चेक कर सकते हैं कि क्या इनवर्स और ट्रांसपोज का कोई रिलेशन है. और यहाँ पे हमने देखा कि इनवर्स इज नथिंग बट ट्रांसपोज. तो हर जगह ट्रांसपोज की वजह हमने इनवर्स सब्सटीट्यूट करके ये वाली आइडेंटिटी लगाई जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आप याद कर लीजिए. और दूसरी चीज़ इस क्वेश्चन में हमने ये देखी कि अल्टीमेटली वी हैड टू कैलकुलेट द वैल्यू ऑफ a to the power 2005. Naturally the questioner would not ask a question where you need to do a numerical calculation and so it is very natural that there is a pattern. तो आप एक बार a square a power 3 करके देखिए, आपको पैटर्न दिख जाएगा. तो उससे हमारा फाइनल आंसर आ जाता है.
Yeah.
All right, so that was question number 9. All right, so we have question 10 here which says A is given a 3 cross 3 matrix with values 1 0 0 0 1 1 and 0 minus 2 4, and I is given a 3 cross 3 identity matrix, then this relation is given that A inverse is equal to 1 by 6 times of A square plus alpha A plus BI. Certain options are given where alpha is equal to minus 6 and beta is equal to 11, alpha is equal to 6 and beta is equal to minus 11, alpha is equal to minus 6 and beta is equal to minus 11, and alpha is equal to 6 and beta is equal to 11. सो एक इक्वेशन दी हुई है और ए मैट्रिक्स दिया हुआ है और हमें वैल्यूज कैलकुलेट करनी है अल्फा और बीटा की. तो इस क्वेश्चन को कैसे अप्रोच करेंगे? क्या हमें मतलब काफ़ी डायरेक्ट है क्या ये क्वेश्चन?
See, in this question you can see that हमें बस अल्फा और बीटा कैलकुलेट करना है,
राइट,
and that's pretty sure.
राइट.
हमें ये इक्वेशन दिया है कि a इनवर्स इक्वल टू 1/6 a स्क्वायर प्लस अल्फा a प्लस बीटा i.
राइट.
सो वी नो दैट कि अगर हम ये a इसको इसमें सब्स्टिट्यूट कर लें और a इनवर्स को फाइंड आउट करके उसको भी इसमें सब्स्टिट्यूट कर लें, विल गेट द आंसर्स फॉर अल्फा एंड बीटा.
Right.
बट दैट विल ईट आवर टाइम. It will take a lot of time. It will consume a lot of time.
Why is that?
Because a inverse calculate करने में time लगेगा.
Okay.
So what we do is we just multiply an a on both sides.
Okay.
So what does it become? A inverse into a equal to 1/6 a square into a plus alpha into a plus beta into I into a.
Okay.
And this becomes, obviously this is an in, because a into a inverse equal to a inverse equal to into a equal to in.
Right.
So 1/6 into a cube plus alpha a square plus beta a.
Okay.
So we just have to calculate a cube, a square and a. We know a, we have to calculate a square. A square would be 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 minus 2 4 into the same matrix again 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 minus 2 4, and this would give us, this is a simple multiplication. This is
Okay.
1 0.
Since there are so many zeros, so it's pretty
Yeah.
easy.
1 0 0, this is 0, again this is a 0, and this again, this is a 0. 0 1 1 into 0 1 minus 2, that will give us 1 minus 2, that would be a minus 1.
Okay.
And again 0 1 1 into 0 1 4 would give us a 5. And here 0 minus 2 4 into 1 0 0 would give us a 0. And now 0 minus 2 4 into 0 1 minus 2 will give us a minus 2 plus a minus 8, which would be minus 10. And 0 minus 2 4 into this would give us a 14.
राइट. ओके. तो इसमें ए स्क्वायर कैलकुलेट करना मतलब
हाँ.
हम ये देख रहे हैं कि क्वेश्चन बहुत ज़्यादा डायरेक्ट है.
Yeah.
बच्चे ये भी कर सकते हैं कि ए और ए इनवर्स की वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दे और फिर इक्वेशन सॉल्व कर ले अल्फा बीटा के लिए, या फिर हमने देखा कि यहाँ पे एक दूसरा अप्रोच भी है कि हम ए को मल्टीप्लाई कर दें और ए स्क्वायर और ए क्यूब ऐसे टर्म्स कैलकुलेट कर ले, क्योंकि आपका ए स्क्वायर से ए क्यूब कैलकुलेट करना बहुत ज़्यादा ईजी है सिंस इतने सारे जीरोज हैं ए में. ओके. तो इस चीज़ को ध्यान में रखने की बात है.
And now a cube क्या होगा? 1 0 a square into a. So 1 0 0 into this into the original matrix 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 minus 2 4. Well, this would give us a 1 0 0 0 minus 11 minus 19. बाकी के values क्या है? We will not need them because only these two values will be having alpha and beta, and we have just two variables. तो
Okay.
दो वेरिएबल्स के लिए दो इक्वेशंस काफ़ी हैं.
Okay,
So
तो
we'll not do
यहाँ
the
पे
whole
हम देख रहे हैं-
calculation.
यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं कि एक और ऑप्टिमाइजेशन कर सकते हैं.
Yeah.
पूरा ए क्यूब कैलकुलेट करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, क्योंकि हमें अल्टीमेटली दो ही वेरिएबल्स की वैल्यूज चाहिए जो कि अल्फा बीटा है, जो कि दो इक्वेशंस आर मोर देन सफिशिएंट टू डिटरमाइन द वैल्यू.
Yeah.
तो पूरा ए क्यूब कैलकुलेट करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है यहाँ पे. ओके.
And now in equal to 1/6 into a cube plus alpha a square plus beta a. So 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1.
ओके.
0 0 1. This would be equal to 1/6 into 1/6 into a cube is 1 0 0 something. 0 minus 1 minus 11 minus 19, and we don't need the values of this. Plus alpha into a square. Alpha into a square will become alpha 0 0 0 minus alpha 5 alpha. And again 0 minus 10 alpha 14 alpha, which we don't need obviously.
Right.
Plus beta into a. Beta into a will become beta into this. So beta 0 0 0 beta beta.
I think that is
0
sufficient
1
for
2.
us.
Yeah, that's sufficient, but I'm just writing.
Okay.
Chalo. So this gives us this.
Okay. Now
So
equating the terms on both sides.
we get 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 equals 1 by 6 into 1 is 1 plus alpha plus beta into 1 by 6. So I'm just leaving out the alpha 1 by 6 outside, and this becomes 1 plus alpha plus beta,
Right.
0 0, and here again 0, and again minus 11 minus alpha plus beta,
Right.
minus alpha plus beta, and here we get minus 19 plus 5 alpha plus 5 beta, but we don't actually need that, so we'll just
Because we
omit
are
it.
already getting two
Yeah.
equations. Okay.
So I'm just
तो
leaving that out.
ये चीज़ ध्यान में रखने की बात है कि भले आपको 3x3 मैट्रिक्स दिया हुआ है, बट आप क्वेश्चन की रिक्वायरमेंट देखिए कि आपको अल्फा बीटा कैलकुलेट करना है, तो आपको पूरी मैट्रिक्स कैलकुलेट करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है, क्योंकि आपको दो इक्वेशंस ऑलरेडी आते हैं जिससे अल्फा बीटा की वैल्यू आ जाएगी. ओके, तो टाइम वेस्ट ना करें पूरा कैलकुलेट करने में.
Then 1 plus alpha plus beta gives a 6,
Right.
because there is a 1 by 6 here,
Right.
and again minus 11 minus alpha plus beta gives us 6 again.
Right.
So
Okay.
we just cancel these two, so we get a 2 beta minus 10
Adding
plus
those
2
two
beta,
equations.
minus 10 plus 2 beta equal to 12.
Okay.
So beta equal to 22 by 2, that's 11.
Okay.
And again now we need the alpha value, so 1 plus alpha plus 11 equal to 6.
Right.
So alpha is equal to alpha plus 11 equal to 6. So
Right.
alpha is equal to 6 minus 11 minus 1, and that gives us a minus 6.
Okay. Okay. So our option.
Then our option will be this:
Option.
alpha equal to minus 6, beta equal to
Option
11.
ओके. तो इस क्वेश्चन में हमने बेसिकली ये देखा कि क्वेश्चन कोई बहुत ज़्यादा इसमें दिमाग लगाने की चीज़ नहीं थी, बट आपको 2-3 ऑप्टिमाइजेशंस का ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा कि आप ए इनवर्स वाले तरीके से सॉल्व ना करें क्वेश्चन को, क्योंकि उसमें आपको पूरा ए इनवर्स कैलकुलेट करना होता है, जो कि बहुत टाइम कंज्यूमिंग है. इस क्वेश्चन में ऐसा हो रहा था कि ए क्यूब और ए स्क्वायर कैलकुलेट करना हमें ज़्यादा फीजिबल था, क्योंकि उसमें कम टाइम लग रहा था. तो उस चीज़ का आप ध्यान रखिए कि आप कौन सा तरीका अपना रहे हैं क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने के लिए. दूसरी एक चीज़ जो हम इस क्वेश्चन में देखते हैं कि हमें अल्फा बीटा कैलकुलेट करना था, तो पूरी ए क्यूब और ए स्क्वायर मैट्रिसेस पूरा कैलकुलेट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि दो इक्वेशंस काफ़ी होती है दो वेरिएबल्स डिटरमाइन करने के लिए. तो सिंस ये एक आपको अल्टीमेटली अल्फा बीटा की वैल्यू निकालनी थी, तो आप इन सब चीज़ों को ध्यान रखेंगे तो आपको बहुत कम टाइम लगेगा इस क्वेश्चन करने में. अदरवाइज इस क्वेश्चन में कुछ खास नहीं था, हमने ऑप्टिमाइजेशन देखा कि हम कैसे ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं. ऑल राइट, सो दैट वाज क्वेश्चन नंबर 10.